you're talking about having this insider knowledge of how challenging it is to run a business and how unpredictable it is. You don't just get a paycheck because you're owed a paycheck every week. You saw the fact that those profit margins can be very narrow, and that's what the owner has to live off of is what's left. So at what point in looking at that and that risk did you decide, I want to do that? I want to take on that risk. I want to be a part of, something that's going to be unpredictable and challenging in that way.
So later on, we're going to talk about how part of my entrepreneurial journey has like really intertwined with Dungeons and Dragons and other tabletop role playing games, and how when you're the dungeon master or the game master of your table, you're also a leader. But it's largely the same reason, which is having been stuck in a follower role or a lower ranking role, I would watch the leaders that I had to follow to get a paycheck shirk responsibility over and over again. And because I had this kind of background insight, and because I watched Ken as a role model do it for years, I knew the the places where the ounce could move 1,000 pounds, where like a little bit of support or a little bit of accountability here or there could really revolutionize an environment. Um, I throw him under the bus a lot, and I want to give him a lot of credit. My manager at Subway did an awesome job with kind of cultivating and developing kind of a friendly, more relaxed atmosphere where if you made a mistake, you were talked about with it, but you weren't going to get fired for like doing something silly. Even some things I probably should have gotten fired for, but to be honest, looking back on it, but there was a level of forgiveness almost to the opposite end, where when somebody seriously messed up, like a lot of times they weren't held accountable. So because of that, their behavior never improved. So there was like a limit to how strong as a team we could operate. So really it was that, you know, if they're not going to take responsibility, what becomes possible if I take responsibility? And so I just found as a trend, the more I was allowed to take responsibility for filling the gaps that needed to be filled, things tended to work out better. And I think that kind of positive feedback loop made it so I couldn't help but want to go to more of an entrepreneurial pathway.